Hello everyone, Otter and friends here. Today we're going to be reacting to season 1 of Cells at Work. Let's go!
君が出してくれたこの多糖体のおかげでごめんね。久しぶりに活性化しちゃったよ。で今回は僕も陰ながら応援させてもらいますね。今お手元に渡った写真を見てください。おのおのの昔の姿を見て初心を思い出してくださいね。僕も本当はやりたくないんですよ。こんな脅迫めいたことはね。
じゃあやるな。
でもほら皆さんそうやった方が頑張れるでしょ。そういう結果が出てるんですよ。だからまず僕が
マジか
In this clip, we see a dendritic cell, which is the guy dressed in green, and we see him being activated and then proceeding to activate some other immune cells. So what are dendritic cells? Well, they are antigen-presenting cells, and they have the ability to activate naive, or aka inactive T cells, and to direct their differentiation into these different subsets, or just to activate them. So there are two general types of dendritic cells. So there's plasmacytoid dendritic cells, or PDC, and then they're typically stationary and they induce viral effects. While conventional dendritic cells, they have the ability to move around the body and to present antigens. They're very effective at presenting antigens. So in the show, as we only see this one dendritic cell, I assume he's like a combination of both the plasmacytoid and the conventional. So dendritic cells can sense the presence of a potential pathogen via detection of PAMPs. So these are basically a part of something that's external to the body. So maybe it's a virus, a bacteria, or a fungi. And they can recognize these PAMPs with their receptors called pattern recognition receptors, or PRRs. And these PRRs, there's several subsets depending on the type of PAMP that activates them. So for example, carbohydrates or polysaccharides are recognized by C-type lectin receptors, or CLRs, while toll-like receptors, or TLRs, are activated by a very broad range of components. So once processed, these PAMPs serve as antigens, which are these foreign substances that can trigger an immune response. So conventional dendritic cells, they move around the body. They look for their antigen, and once their PRR binds to their PAMP, then the PAMP is uptaken by the dendritic cell and then presented onto an MHC, which is a major histocompatibility complex. So there's two types of MHC, class 1, which presents internal antigens, and class 2, which presents external antigens. So here, we see the dendritic cell quite literally uptaking his PAMP. He's eating it. And so in this case, the antigen are the polysaccharides from this cute bacterium. So now that the dendritic cell has found his PAMP, he's activated and he's now mature, meaning that his goal now is to present his antigen onto an MHC and to activate naive T cells. So here we see him doing exactly that. He presents his antigen onto his MHC, which is the flower, and then he gets a neat little costume change too. So dendritic cells actually do undergo a change after being activated. So mature dendritic cells, they no longer uptake antigens, and then they increase expression of something called co-stimulatory molecules. So these are molecules on the surface of the dendritic cell that can amplify activating signals to T cells, basically making them all fancy. Pretty neat, right? So mature dendritic cells also increase secretion of inflammatory cytokines, which are small signaling proteins that promote inflammation and help encourage immune cells to multiply, grow, and kill. One such cytokine is IL-12, which we see the dendritic cell quite happily handing out, thus increasing the activity of immune cells. So the next time you have a cold, thank your dendritic cells. They're the ones kicking off the whole immune response. Do you know what pus is made of? Well, let's take a look.
あれを見て。あれは海。仲間たちの亡骸。
Neutrophils are short-lived immune cells that rush to infection sites and kill pathogens. And after doing their job, they unfortunately die, and then they pile up along with some tissue debris. So this forms pus. So that gross white stuff in your pimple smells like dead neutrophils. Much like my basil plant. So yeah, these guys deserve some credit. I mean, just look at this guy. Otter and friends say, it's trivia time. Leave your answers in the comments below. Let's go. Question number 1. What is pus made of? Question number 2. What do dendritic cells present their antigens on? Question number 3. What do dendritic cells secrete to help encourage immune cells? Question number 4. Can you guess what my favorite animal is? Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.